Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show this evening. Tonight's guest, we have a return guest, was on the show a year or so ago. Uh, he went into the Department of Corrections and he did the metamorphosis, so to speak. He turned his life around. He came home and he's doing a wonderful job now. This is what we call a success story. Anthony Forrest, we want to welcome you to the show. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, Well.
Yeah, welcome to the show. And welcome home again.
Thank you.
We said this maybe a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago to you. And you had just come home from prison. And what are you doing now? What are you doing today?
So I work for a nonprofit called Planting Justice. I also own my own business called Personal Touch Mobile Detailing / gardening business.
Okay, okay. And you when you first came home from incarceration, from prison, back to society, back to your community, you came home and you started a business
Yes,
immediately coming home.
immediately.
Okay, and what was that business?
That business was a mobile car wash.
Okay, okay. And you had something that you was going to schools making these
Oh, Cal Smoothies.
kale smoothies. I remember that.
So I graduated to the Cal Smoothies.
Okay.
What had happened was the job that I had was a part-time job building vegetable gardens at high schools, juvenile halls, and at San Quentin State Prison.
Okay.
And I needed something to make ends meet, so I started my own business, which was washing cars. And I got a buggy, and I bought all my detail supplies, put it in there, and walked up and down the street asking people to support me and let me just wash their car. Don't give me a dime, let me earn a dime.
Okay.
And so I saw that it worked.
Okay.
And so that made me figure out, hey, maybe if I can cut their grass too, I can get all the money. I can keep their cars clean and the front of their house looking good.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And so after a couple of years of doing that, my job became full time. So I had to do the car washing and the gardening service part time on the weekend, which was okay with me. But now it is really built up.
Okay. Okay.
And so I have students at a couple of different Oakland high schools that work for me on the weekend.
Okay.
And I have a couple of interns that I am getting ready for, getting job ready.
Okay. Getting job ready.
Getting job ready.
Okay.
So
okay.
what that means is we go around and we look at jobs that they could do and we figure out what do it take to get that job. So upon graduation, that job is mine.
Okay. Okay.
So a couple of avenues I was looking at today, matter of fact, was TSA Oakland Airport is hiring for the ones that want to search people or let them get on an airplane. They hiring. And the university, UOP, University of Pacifica in Union City, to be a dentist or a dentist assistant. They're hiring.
Okay.
So I was going to go there today with one of my interns and see if maybe that might fit her, one of those jobs.
Okay.
So I just make sure that our kids is never without no resources, no access, without no support in getting a good job.
Right.
Because it really bothers me to see kids say, okay, I'm going to go to college when I graduate, and by the time they graduate, what they do is go and get a Home Depot job.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a no-end job. So I'd rather for them to have a job that they'll say, man, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this job.
right. Right. So what you're doing as well, you're mentoring.
Yes.
You're mentoring along with what you're giving people opportunities to go out and get jobs and get jobs that's going to last a lifetime, perhaps.
Longevity job.
Yes. So you're doing some good things in the community, and this all stemmed from your incarceration.
Yes.
Okay, you went to prison a few times before the light came on, and when you got the light on, you took it and you ran with it. You came home and you continue to do that sprint. You know, I mean, you're doing a sprint now.
Yeah.
You know, and you along with your sprint that you're doing, you're taking the people along with you. You know, so you helping out in the community. You're allowing the community to look at what you're doing. So you're an example to the people in the community.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're giving back in a large scale.
I have to.
Yeah.
Who will?
Exactly. We have to come home. A lot of people come home from prison, and they get themselves together and they say, "Oh well, I got it together. I'm through," and they go about their business and live a life.
Right.
You know, and they forget about the other person. But you can't do that. That's our biggest problem in our neighborhoods. We don't help the people that we need to help.
Right.
You know, we go downtown and spend the money in the downtown, and instead of putting it in our communities, we don't do that.
Right.
You know, so that's what you're doing today. You're helping people in the community that need help, and you're doing a good job. Now today, you're doing what are you doing today?
So I still work my planning justice job, building vegetable gardens and making smoothies. Matter of fact, last Friday I made over 500 kale smoothies at a elementary school in Richmond. And the kids were so happy
I can imagine.
because they lined up. They never knew what a real kale smoothie consists of.
Now, what does a real kale smoothie consist of?
So I put kale, Swiss chard, and collard greens together, along with pineapples. My favorite apples are Fuji. I put them in there with some grapes. Have to have the antioxidants, which is the berries.
Wait a minute. Let me get it right, because I'm gonna try this when I get home.
Okay.
You put greens, you put collard greens in there, and you put what else?
Kale and Swiss chard
Okay, you put that in the blender.
in the blender.
Okay, then you put what?
I cut up a pineapple.
Okay.
I put some of that in there. I put 2 bananas.
Okay.
I put a couple of slices of apples. I put a handful of grapes, handful of strawberries, handful of berries, the blueberries, the blackberries, and the raspberries. And every now and then I'll throw a mango, a kiwi, some spearmint, or some chocolate mint in there, and it just changes the flavor.
Really? Really? And that's called a kale smoothie.
Kale smoothie, yes.
Kale smoothie.
Kale smoothie.
Kale smoothie. Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try it when I get home. I'm gonna stop by Trader Joe's to get me some stuff and go home and make me a smoothie, a kale smoothie. Yeah, I'm gonna put that
So,
together.
since you say that, right,
Yes.
I introduced my wife to a kale smoothie, and she didn't know. Matter of fact, she just told me a little while ago. I never knew how to cut a pineapple until I met you. I never thought that I would ever in life have a garden, but because of you, we have 2 gardens. We have kale, Swiss chard, and collard green growing in her garden, and in my garden, I have tomatoes, I have strawberries, and I have onions and potatoes.
Okay. Regular old farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
it all because I wanted to change my life.
Sure.
If you want something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Sure. That's a fact.
Right?
That's a fact.
And just put the work in
Yes.
and watch it grow.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? If you don't water it, it won't grow.
It won't grow.
Right? If you don't weed it out, it won't grow.
Right.
Because like in your life, if you weed your life with them old friends, sometimes it be family members. If you don't weed them out of your life, because you used to get high with them, you used to drink with them, you used to go rob with them. You got to weed them out.
You have to.
Pull them.
You have to. Yeah.
I say it's nothing personal, but I got to get me together now.
Exactly.
I want to see my authentic self,
Exactly.
and it works.
Exactly. You have to get out of that. I call it the cesspool. You got to come away from that cesspool. That's we lived in the cesspool.
Yeah.
You know, all kind of waste we lived in it, and we kind of enjoyed it because it was. We thought that was the thing to do.
Yeah.
But we found out later on it wasn't.
Right. I use the word. It was glamorous.
Yes.
And I didn't want to miss nothing, so that made me stay out there even longer. And what another friend told me that really made sense was, when somebody is selling drugs and they tell you who is toe up, man, you looking good today, man. You get that smile and you feel like, yeah, that kept me out there a couple of more years.
Right.
So I spent a total of 25 years in and out of prison on one number, and
Really, one
I
number?
didn't get nothing out of that.
25
I don't get a
years.
pension.
Wow. No, you can't get a pension.
I'm working towards a pension now.
There you go.
I
There you go.
didn't get a pension.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I slept in abandoned cars.
Yes.
I slept in abandoned buildings under the bridge.
Yes.
On the street, just got in the corner and just went on to sleep.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel for people that do that today. Matter of fact, a lady who just walking down the street asked me for a cigarette. I gave her a couple of dollars. Get you something to eat.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You know, it makes me feel good to know that everybody's eating.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, today we have we used to walk around with that stinking thinking. You know, we thought some things that was strange and strange. Now we look back and say that was real strange. Really, it was really strange. But now we don't have the stinking thinking no more.
Right.
When we think about people, other people being of service to people, you know, and that's what we was put here for. We was put here to be of service. We only here for a short period of time. We just coming through some way station.
Right.
You know, we're gonna be here for a short period of time, and we have to put work in while we're here, because we're gonna have to answer later on.
Yeah.
You know, and if they gonna ask you, did you know what you was doing? Anybody ever told you? Did you have sense enough to know what you was doing? And if you say, yeah, well, you're gonna be punished for it. If you say, well, no, I didn't know, okay, well, you might have a shot. But if you knew what you was doing was wrong and you was doing it anyway, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a great punishment for that.
Well, you know what the Bible say about Saul Paul? You know, he was a Christian killer. But that day, he had that trip to go to Damascus and got them shells put on his eyes and said only one person could take them off and go see him. But that person was afraid.
Right.
Because they know his reputation, his background, his MO. And they didn't want to do it.
Right.
But
right.
God.
Right.
But God
Right.
changed that whole situation.
Right.
So God could change our situation.
Yes.
You got to believe in a power greater than yourself.
Yourself. Right.
You know, you can't believe in them big 22-inch, 24-inch rims.
No.
You can't believe in that gold chain that's going to save you.
Yeah.
You can't believe in your homies that stand out on the corner, because when the bullets come, guess what? They're going to run just as well as you.
Right. That's right.
And they may hold you up as a shield.
As a shield.
But that's
right.
your homie.
That's your homie.
So you got to have a power greater than yourself.
Right.
The Bible also say, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path.
Well, you know, like I said, we've been through the worst part of life. You know, this part is simple because you're doing all the right things. You know, and now in life that we do now is that people want to look at us. They want to associate with us because we're doing the right things. It was a time where they kind of like shunned us.
Right.
They seen us coming, they closed the door, they pulled the blind. You know, they didn't have nothing to do with us because
Nothing.
who were we? What were we to tell them that was beneficial to them? We weren't. Okay, today they open the blinds. They give you the key to the house. They give you the relatives love you. They want to be part of your life, and that's what we have to work for. And that's what we have to pass on to the next generation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so that's what we're working for today. So with the work that you're doing outstanding work.
Thank you.
In the community, and your name is ringing in the community. So people know, you know, when you show them your cars and when you show them the work that you do, you know, they say, hey, yeah, I want to be part of this. I want you to wash my car, detail my car, you know. And we got some pictures that you brought on today. We want to put them on and let people see. Now, I want you to explain about these pictures.
Okay, the first picture at the top, that's in front of my house, me cutting grass, what I do. Lately, I've been on a cut down my tree in front of my house hype, and which is like awesome, man. I never knew nothing about that. I just one day said, you know what, I'm gonna buy a chainsaw and I'm gonna figure out how to cut a tree down safely without destroying anything. And it's been working, right? The El Camino is the first car that I bought in 2011. And I said I wanted to have the best El Camino because that's going to be my motto. That's my image. That's who I am, somebody that's clean, somebody that takes care of business. And so when you see that car, you say, wow, that's nice. And so
that car, that El Camino, you put that together.
Everything together.
Okay.
I went
build that.
on Craigslist. I found hoods. I found rims. I found everything I needed to make my car immaculate. Matter of fact, when I got married, one of our anniversaries in 2012 was to Monterey Seaside. We went to the wrecking yard.
Really? Is that right? The wrecking yard.
I found them chrome fenders, and my wife said, babe, I'm like, babe, but they don't have them nowhere else.
Yeah.
Let me just go and get them. I stayed in the junkyard about an hour.
On your honeymoon.
On my honeymoon.
That's right.
But you know what? She reaped the benefits because when I finished that car, she couldn't wait to drive it.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
She couldn't wait to drive it. And I said, see, ain't you happy? Ain't you glad that we went out? When we were just out there, I just happened to ask her, see if they got any wrecking yards out here.
Yeah.
And so those pictures represent that I made it. I could do it.
That's right.
Put your heart into it, you could do it.
You can do it. Anything you put your heart into, you can do it. That's right. That's a fact. You know, we always say that if you can dream, you can make it happen. If you can think it, you can make it a reality.
And yes.
You know, so it's just that simple in life. That's what we can do. We can make anything that we want to happen. We can make it happen. It's got to be persistent. Got to make it happen. You know, we have sometimes we fail, we fall down. You know, we can look up, get up, and continue.
Exactly.
Continue to fight.
It doesn't matter how many times you fall. Just keep getting up.
Just keep getting up. Just keep getting up. You know,
Right.
if you keep getting up, sooner or later you're gonna stay up and you're gonna win. Win.
You're gonna win.
Yes.
So right now I'm winning. I got to give a shout out to a couple of people because they was inspirational. They came to see me in prison to let me know that I could do it. One of them is Bishop Bob Jackson at Axel Gospel Church in East Oakland. Other one is Mr. Tom Bowden, who who was running the Men of Valor, and Glenn Bailey.
Okay. Okay.
Right, them guys, they OGs and they stayed on me. Right, and the only way I can make it to their age is to take the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that they was trying to give me,
Right.
and it worked.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, you mentioned some names that I know. Glenn Bailey personally is a friend of mine, and he's constantly putting work in. You know, he was gone for a long period of time. They just did a story on him, and he just did a battle of cancer.
Yeah.
He's overcoming the cancer. He's going to treatment now, but he's constantly working. He's constantly working on people. You know, he's working in the community. He's gone a long time, but he's working in the community now, trying to help the homeless have a place to live.
Right.
You know, so you talk about some good people, and if you mention those names, they, you know, you got some good people behind you. You know.
Well, Bishop Bob Jackson came one time to see me in Santa Rita, and when they called my name for a visit, I'm like, "Who coming to see me? I don't know nobody," and it was him. I joined his church in 2003, and he was coming to see me. So when he came to see me and he prayed with me, he opened a door in my heart to God. And I took that back to my cell, and it just was on me all that day until I finally asked my bunkie, "Hey, pray with me tonight." The next door neighbor heard it. That morning, they said, "Hey, you think you can pray for me?" Pretty soon at Santa Rita, I had 36 men holding hands praying. Took that to San Quentin State Prison, and we started having prayer circle in one building. From that one building, out of them 5 buildings, we started having every night at 9 o'clock a prayer circle in each building. Every month, we all get together, and we used to cook for each other. Just to say, "Hey, man, we brothers, we could do this. Let's stay this strong in here. Let's not get in no trouble.
Right.
Let's go home and make it count.
Right.
Let's show up and show out.
Right.
Because God is looking."
Now, is this the time where you did the metamorphosis of change?
Yeah.
This is your last joke in prison. So you started.
I never did that before.
Right.
All my jokes, I went in and I did what everybody else was doing. Playing games, watching TV, shooting the breeze, working out.
Right.
Because I didn't want nothing.
Right.
I was okay with doing prison.
You wasn't done.
No.
You wasn't done. But you went in at a certain time, a certain age, and the light clicked on. You seen that big old floodlight. I'm done. I'm through.
Well, OG told me one time in a hole, he said, "Hey, look, man, just remember this. If you think you tough, there's always somebody out there tougher.
That's a fact. That's a
And
fact.
you getting older and they getting younger.
That's right.
So you're going to have to make up your mind."
Yeah.
I was in the hole. I was in that cell by myself. and the lady came and told me to stick my hands, bend down, stick my hand through that hole if you want to come up out of here. If not, then, hey, I'm going to move on to the next guy. And that's the only way you can get out that cell in the hole. And
right.
I figured that, you know what, I want to shower. I want to be able to walk for at least 30 minutes before they put me back in.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I got to do something better than this because this ain't working.
Yeah, that ain't working. This
ain't working.
That's a cold way to do it. You got to put your hands to the bars and handcuff up.
And handcuff
through
up.
the bars and then bring it back in, then open the door. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. My goodness. And we did it over and over and over and over. That's insane.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I tell people, Anthony, that I see a lot of people come home from prison in the last almost 3 years, come home from prison, and they go back. Right? And then they come home, and then they go back. And I'm saying, my goodness, man, I mean, we was on for a period of time. I came home, and failure is not an option with me.
Right.
You know, I mean, this is beautiful. You can go to Safeway, you can go to Canteen every day of the week if you want to.
Every day.
And I call it, you can go to Canteen, you can go to Trader Joe's, Safeway, any store you want to go to, a corner store. Any day of the week, you go to Canteen, right? And you're no longer on the little yard, you're on the big yard.
Right.
You can go anywhere in California.
Wait.
You know, if you're a pro, you go anywhere in the world.
Tell them about going to the doctor.
Yes.
You ain't got to put in
You
a...
gotta put no form, no slip to go to the doctor, and when they get it, they'll make an appointment for you to come on the day that they want you to come. You got to do that.
None of that.
You can go to any hospital you want to go to and be seen by a doctor. Oh my goodness, go to dentist,
Man.
and they don't. You don't have to go to the dentist where they pull teeth.
Right.
They fix them. They put crowns on them. They root canals and stuff. You know. But no, they ain't gonna put them and put them inside a bucket, and when you come out, you got 6 teeth in your mouth.
Right.
Or 1.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So we have a choice. I don't understand why they come home and go back, but then I guess it's not for me to understand.
Right.
You know,
All we got to do is still love them.
just and keep doing what we're doing. Tell them the truth.
Right.
Tell them the truth because they've been lied to all their life. So all we got to do is just keep telling them the truth. Pretty soon the truth is gonna slap them in the face. And man, Anthony said something that made sense 10 years ago. Man, and today I think I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what they do today. You know.
A lot of guys that I know from East Oakland, they know. So I don't have to tell them my story. What I do is say, you remember the last time we got high together? I'm not ready to get high no more.
Yeah.
What do you want for yourself? Because
Right,
you're going to
that's
have the same thing I want.
Right.
Matter of fact, let's go. Come go with me. We finna go buy a car, and we going to sell it. Right? I'm going to pay you for what you do for me. That way you don't do nothing for me for free. That way you can't never talk bad about me behind my back.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Because we got it bad of talking bad about
Yes.
somebody if we don't help
Yes.
them out.
Yes.
So I know that because I've been in that position before. I had to talk bad about somebody. And then when they got wind of it and they asked me, why you didn't tell that to me in my face?
Exactly.
Right. I had to hit around the corner. And because I was under the influence, I had to lie and say, man, I ain't said that.
Yeah.
Right. Today I ain't got to do none
Gotta
of that.
do that. Right. Yeah.
Right. Anybody could tell you that if he see you and you get in his truck first, y'all going to get something to eat.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And a water.
Yeah.
Then y'all going to work. And all the money that you make, wherever you tell him to drop you off at, that's where he going to drop you off at.
Yeah.
Ain't no going to the dope house. Ain't no, I need to go in here and buy me some Brillo.
Right.
Ain't no, I need a needle. I need
That's a wrap.
none of that.
Over with.
Right. Today, I'm going to make sure I work you good and hard, tired so you go home.
Yeah.
And you'll wake up with that money in your pocket.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And if I come back the next day, I'm expecting to see you. If I don't see you, that means you got up kind of early and you went and got one, and it's okay because I'm gonna take the next person, and they're gonna say, "Man, you missed out today. Man, we did this, we did that."
Exactly.
Right? I don't like to be in the hood too much. I go to the hood to get my workers and take them way out, and let them hang out with me all day, and show them, man, it's something better in life than hanging out in the hood all day. Seeing the same people doing the same stuff.
Every day.
And some of them may go to jail, some of them may get killed later on that night.
Yeah,
But you know what? I'm saving you today.
Every day they do the same thing. Every day. I mean, it's a routine. Every day, from morning to night, the same thing every day, 7 days a week. Rain, sleet, or snow.
Right.
They're out there on the streets, and that's insane. You know, but that's how they do it. And you know, I ain't mad at them. I just keep on telling them the truth. Give it to them. You know, don't shut them down. Don't say, well, no, I ain't telling you no more because I told you 20 times in the last year. Just keep on telling them the truth. Pretty soon, the bell's gonna ring. It's gonna register. I say, oh my goodness, that means yeah, and it's gonna work. You know, so that's what you do, and you keep doing what you're doing, my brother. You're doing some wonderful work, and I commend you for it.
Thank you.
I commend you for it. You've been home. How long you been home?
7 years.
7 years. You're all paper. You're doing what you want to do. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can get a passport. Do what you want to do. Your life is your life. So the story that you're writing your own story.
Right.
Right. You in control of your destiny today.
Man.
You know, you have
And
to
the
answer
sky's the
nobody.
limit.
The sky's the limit. You know, the sky, and they got something that's going to be on the sky now. So my goodness, it's going to be something. So keep doing what you're doing, and we want to invite you to our support circle in Oakland at Oak Stop. We have it once a month. I work for Talif Collective Reentry Program in Fremont. We have a support circle once a month in Oakland at Oak Stop.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna send you an invitation. Okay, and we have women and men formerly incarcerated. and we sit around and we talk about some of the problems that we need to address today. Because in prison, we don't address a lot of stuff that we need to address coming home,
Right.
like relationships. We don't address relationships. You know, people that's been in prison 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, we have a relationship in the visiting room, with a vending machine in front of us with 2 chairs side by side.
Right,
Every
right.
Saturday for 20 years, for 30 years, for 40 years. Then we come home and we want to have a relationship outside. And we want to run a household where we don't know how to run.
I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
Let me tell you a story. So, relationship. When you first getting home and your first couple of days out, you can't tell little mama how to run the house, pay the bills,
Exactly.
because you don't know.
You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do
Right?
it.
So until you get a job, until you learn how to pay the bills, what bills need to be paid first, what's first, second, and third, let her do what she do.
Exactly.
I've met so many guys that got kicked out the house within a week because they came home telling her what she been doing for the past 5, 10
Right.
years
That's right.
for you.
They want to run a house. You can't
Right.
run a house. Your thing that you need to do going home from prison is to get a job and bring the check and give it to her. Let her continue doing what she's doing, because now we got 2 paychecks coming in
Exactly.
instead of 1. So we can go out and we have dinner sometime. We can go out, we can go buy some shoes sometime. We can go to the movies sometime. Okay, but we have to build that relationship. We have to form a friend relationship, because we don't have that.
Right.
Okay.
But you also got to know, and you don't feel like that's making you less of a man
No,
because you gave her the check.
No.
But you know what? You wasn't saying that
She-
when she was taking care of business while you was
Exactly.
locked up.
Right.
And wherever they sent you in California, guess what? She was there.
Right, with packages.
Right? With packages.
Right. Phone
with
calls.
money, phone calls.
Yes.
Right? And when you learn that she has got your best interests,
Right.
she ain't trying to mess over you.
trying to
Because if she was, she'd have did that while you was locked up.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
But she love you. She care for you.
Exactly. So
Right.
so we're on that now. We're talking about that now once a month. At the end of the month on Wednesdays, we start at 6:30 to 9. We have a dinner first for 30 minutes. We start promptly at 7 o'clock until 9. We talk about relationships. So that's what we're doing once a month now. So I'm gonna send you an invitation. I'm telling the audience to be able to come out and be part of it. We're gonna put up the address on our next show, but it's every second to the last Wednesday of the month, and we invite everybody. You don't have to be formerly incarcerated. Anybody that can come, that can be. If you've been out here in society, come out and take part of our program, because you got something to tell us. You've
Right.
been out here, so you know how to stay out here. So with that, I want to thank you, my brother, for coming out tonight and being part of this show. We need people like you. We need success stories. You are a success story.
Thank you.
So we need people like you to come back on the show and tell people what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you did it, and you can do it. Anybody out there, you can do it. Just all you have to do is just do it. You know what they say, be like Mike, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. So we want to thank you for coming on the show tonight. We appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, my brother, and you are in our prayers. So continue doing what you're doing. So thank you, my audience, for watching the show this evening. We appreciate you. Call us, write us, let us know how we're doing. Give us some feedback on the show. If you like, if you don't like, what I need to do is froze. Look at Wendell Elohim James show on Saturday night on channel 29 at 7 o'clock. We have a live show every other Thursday on channel 76 from 6:30 to 7 on channel 76. So look at the show. Show us that you care about what we're doing, and give us some feedback. Thank you, and have a good evening.